Hey guys, welcome back to Puff It Louder, and welcome back to Steam Prison, where we will see Creamoo in different clothing than she normally wears, so let's just get into it. No, I really shouldn't be wearing a dress.
見せていただかなくては判断がつきません。ほら、観念して。
Ugh, don't blame me if it looks bad. I worked up all my courage and showed myself to Eltcreed. He fell silent as soon as he saw me. See? It's unspeakable. It must be horrible. I know. I'll go and change back.
いや、その必要はありません。
He held me by the hand before I could turn around and leave.
似合わないどころか、とてもよくお似合いで、想像以上だったもので、俺としたことが思考が停止してしまいました。
Let's see the dress. You don't have to be considerate.
いいえ、本心ですよ。そのドレスを選んだ俺を褒めたたえ、自分に自分で表彰状と記念品を贈りたいくらいです。
Wow.
本当に綺麗だ。
Eltcreed took a step towards me and lifted my chin. Ugh. He made to kiss me, but stopped at the last second. I felt his breath on my lips.
気持ちを抑えることができてよかった。口づけては口紅が取れてしまいますからね。
He kissed me on the neck. I knew he'd do this, but I'm glad you stopped. My heart fluttered when he touched me, as if my soul was being tickled. I was confused. I'm his guard. I shouldn't feel so soft. Remembering what was and what wasn't appropriate, I took a step back to create some distance. I'm glad it doesn't look unusual. That's good.
よかった。そのドレス、君自身はどう思っているんですか？
I don't like the feeling of going back. I can accept it. Perhaps you'll laugh at me for saying this, but the dress itself looks adorable. I think I can accept it, I suppose.
Oh.
I'm sorry, it's not my place to say so. I'm sure it must look abominable. Abominable? Yes, not abdominable.
いや、そうではないんです。
He's blushing! That's a first.
とてもお似合いです。その、なんと言いますか。照れながら話す君があまりにも可愛いものですから、心の中で欲望と戦っていました。
Wow. I wish you just left out the last sentence, but okay. Lust?
ええ。着飾ってすぐのドレスを脱がせるのは、いや、なんでもありません。お似合いであることを自覚していただけたこと、嬉しいです。
Oh. I entirely forgot that it hasn't been at all that long since I wore a dress. It was a memory from the heights. It really hadn't been all recently. I remember trying on a wedding dress with Finn.
フィン？誰ですか、それは。恋人ですか？
Huh?
違う。もしや、伴侶？まさか、本当は既婚者なんですか？
What? No, I wasn't married. Finn was just a colleague. I was only trying on the dress. It wasn't a wedding.
そうですか。よかった。いえ、よくないですね。俺も君のウェディングドレスを見てみたい、というか、着せたいです。
Whoa! Eltcreed!
君も俺のタキシード姿を見たいでしょ？
I don't care. Can you ignore the wedding elements? Are you really sure I should attend dinner? I'm from the heights and ignorant of your customs. I'm sure it would inconvenience you in some form.
君は俺が他の女性といてもいいということですか？
What do you mean?
今日の晩餐会は 女性同伴が必須なんです。適当に声をかければついてきてくれる女性はいるでしょうけど、君は平気なんですか？
Eltcreed was free to go with whoever he wanted, and it wasn't my place to complain about that. We weren't married, engaged, or in any other kind of personal relationship. It really was none of my business, but I do want to be the one next to him. I wondered if I thought that way out of desire to guard him. If I wasn't his guard, would I still feel the same way? I asked myself. I wouldn't like that. If something were to befall you, I could defend you. I don't think a different woman would be able to do that. So...
平気じゃないという解釈でいいですか？
He's like gonna cry. As your guard, I'd advise against it. As your guard, I think.
ええ、構いません。今はそれでいいんです。
I tried.
意地悪な質問でしたよね。すみません。俺ばかり求めるのは愛のしつけみたいで嫌ですから。君にも俺を欲しがってほしいと思ってしまいました。
Eltcreed.
俺たちは主人と騎士の仲ですが、一方的ではなく、互いに思い合う関係になれればいいと願っております。話が長くなってしまいましたね。それでは参りましょう。俺の騎士様。
Yes. I want to see a picture. Yes, I'm a knight. I was his knight, his guard. Wanting to be near him was natural. Then why does my heart beat so fast? How do I really feel about him? The party was already thronged with people when we arrived. Everyone's so finely dressed. Their manners are of a royal standard. Huh? Women were giving me piercing looks from all directions. Are they looking at me because I'm from the Heights? That seems unlikely. Eltcreed had assured me that my birthplace wouldn't be an issue. I must be imagining this. I really am getting too nervous. Brushing my worries aside, I looked around. This place is so... Just like the building we'd visited outside Eltcreed's district, this place was built in a way very reminiscent of the Heights. I felt almost like I was in the Heights. Huh? It's more than just similar. I could swear I've seen this exact room before. But where was it? Eltcreed and I were walking with arms linked. I leaned closer to him. Who are the people in attendance?
今日は資産家の集いです。簡単に言えば、下界中からえりすぐりのお金持ちが集まる一大イベントです。
Of particular renown? And you brought me here? Actually, why are you still in your usual clothes?
はい。俺にとっては出席しなければいけないノルマでしかありませんので。
Then why can't I also...
いえいえ、それは困ります。俺のモチベーションが下がってしまいますから。
You're the worst. But...
大好きな君が美しく着飾っているんです。今なら何でもできそうです。
Love, you're joking again.
おやおや。恋愛面においては、俺は本当に信用ないですね。ま、普段の態度を考えれば当然でしょうけど。
Knowing that and doing nothing about it is impressive in its own way.
惚れました？
Oof. Like I'm trying to tell you, Never mind. I quietly ended the discussion and thought about what Eltcreed had said. Almost all the wealthy families have made the right decision to attend.
おや？資産家の男性にご興味が？俺がいるというのに焼いてしまいますね。
Jealous? No, I'm going to ignore this one. That's not what I mean. A gathering of the affluent will attract disreputable folk as well. If the gathering were to be attacked, I could protect you. I made the right decision in coming.
ご丁寧にどうも。大丈夫です。少しとぼけてみただけで、君の意図は理解していますよ。ですが、心配無用です。 ここは警備が厳重ですから、地震や洪水など自然災害が発生しない限りは安全です。むしろ心配なのは君ですよ。
Because I'm from the heights, yes.
いいえ、そうではなく、君みたいに美しい女性がいたら、野郎どもは声をかけずにはいられないでしょうから。
I need a picture to be able to tell how beautiful I am.
こ
God.
の晩餐会は女性同伴が必須ですけど、どういった関係かは問われません。ですから、思い思い着飾り、異性を漁るんです。
Fishing. Fishing? Me
そう
and Creamoo.
餌食という言い方は美しくありませんけど、女性も男性も未来の伴侶を探しにやってくる。全員が全員ではありませんけどね。
Pray? What
ごき
do...
げんよう、エルトクリード様。愛らしいお嬢さんをお連れですね。
こんばんは、夫人。今日はお招きくださりありがとうございます。こちらの会場はいつ来ても美しいですね。
ええそれもこれもエルトクリード様のおかげです。
What does she mean?
数年前、こちらのご婦人から変わった様式のダンスホールが作りたいと相談を受けたんです。俺は昔、一度だけ上階に行ったことがありまして、その時に訪れた部屋を模したのがこの部屋です。
The heights? Someone from the depths was allowed into the heights?
はい。ユネ様の在任400年記念パーティーに下界代表として父が招待されまして、共に出席したんです。
Oh. Saint Yuna's anniversary? But that means I also... No, I shouldn't talk about that in front of them. I quickly stopped myself, thinking that letting her know I was from the heights would have only made things more difficult. Saint Yune's 400-year commemoration party. I was quite sure my father had dragged me to that party. Not entirely, though, because at that time I'd been all but 5. I remember there were even more people than there are here tonight. And apparently Eltcreed had been there. That made me strangely happy.
ところでエルトクリード様、ご結婚されたというのは本当ですか？
Asking the hard-hitting questions. What? I looked at Eltcreed in astonishment. His eyes twitched in surprise as well. Then he smiled, realizing something.
ああ、招待状の。あれは書き損じで、彼女とはまだそういった関係ではありません。まだですけど。
あら、そうですの。でしたら、どのような間柄なんですか？
The lady looked at me, apparently wanting a response straight from the horse's mouth. Eltcreed? I'm his girlfriend, we hardly know each other. I'm his girlfriend, I guess. I should probably stick with this story. I'm his girlfriend.
え
Eltcreed, not the woman, was the first to reply.
そうなんですか？
Why are you more surprised than her? I'd anticipated that he was going to say something along the lines of, yes, we're an item, goodbye, but apparently that wasn't the case. I'm not?
だそうですよ。
ああお幸せそうで何よりです。
I love that reaction so much. I almost said I love Eltcreed, but that's not true.
はい。今とても幸せです。
Oh, he's just like a dog. Eltcreed put his hand around my waist and kissed my hair. That tickles.
とても仲がよろしいことで。ですけど、まだご結婚されていないこと、安心いたしました。
God, the thirst.
ここではエルトクリード様は憧れの的。結婚されてしまっては、皆承知してしまいますわ。
Ooh.
そうですか。魅惑の毒に溺れないよう気をつけます。
Siren call. I looked after the lady as she walked away and the other guests. She was right. Many women were casting Eltcreed, and me, glances. So I wasn't imagining it. Their gaze was as warm as the sun, which turned to Eltcreed, and as cold and as sharp as ice when directed at me. I can get used to being looked at, but this... What confuses me is that they're all more beautiful than I am. And not just their looks, their demeanor was more refined as well. They fulfilled the ideal of beauty in every way. I was merely dressed up, unworthy to be mentioned in the same breath.
彼女たちの何が怖いですか?
Eltcreed whispered the words to me as he wrapped his arm around my shoulder.
俺は自分の立場や価値を理解していますし、さほど鈍感ではありませんので、今の君の状況はちゃんと理解できます。
Then why did you put me in this position, bruh?
暴漢も暴力も恐れない君は、今、何に怯えているのですか?
There's nothing attractive about me compared to these women. Someone just put makeup and a dress on me. I can't move and act refined like they can. Look at my hand. That lady we just spoke of had lovely hands, but mine are scratched and roughed. You can see the scars left from my blisters. I'm so embarrassed.
俺は君の手好きですよ。
He took my hand and kissed the back of it.
貴様らしい働き者の手です。誇ってください。
I'm not good with social events like these either. My parents dragged me to many social functions when I was a child, so I'd get used to them, but I didn't like the atmosphere or the dancing. Once I turned into an adult, I made up reasons why I couldn't attend. If I'd known this would happen, I should have taken dancing lessons.
そう。では、俺とレッスンしましょうか。
Please don't. Right now?
ええ、エスコートします。
Oh no.
俺に身を委ねて、一緒に踊ってください。
Well. Oh, picture get! Yes, we finally see the dress. God. Eltcreed led me towards the center of the room. They're looking.
他のものなんて気にしなくていいですよ。君は俺を。
Whoops. Eltcreed pulled me along by the hand to the rhythm of the music. Eltcreed moved with grace and elegance while I stumbled after him like a newborn kitten. I could hear those around me snickering. Good God. I wanted to run away or disappear, but I couldn't. Eltcreed firmly held my hand, his hot gaze enough to keep me from fleeing.
いつもの君。ありのままの君でいいんです。背筋を伸ばし、凛として、まっすぐ曇りのない目で俺を見て。愛と一緒で、片方がリードしすぎても、ダンスは成立しません。ですが、導くことはできます。君が不得意な部分は俺が支え、補います。ですから、怖がらず、俺を感じてください。
How did he nibble her ear earlier when her hair is in the way? He just got a mouthful of hair. I don't know.
今こ
Whatever.
の瞬間は、君のすべてを支配させてください。
A few hours later, it was around midnight before the dinner party finally began to dissolve. Although we had taken the carriage to the party, we disembarked on the way home and walked on Eltcreed's wishes. I was totally exhausted, but Eltcreed next to me was the image of vigor, striding home energetically.
風が気持ちいいですね。静かで誰もいなくて、二人きりの世界です。
Aren't you tired from the dinner party?
ええ、美味しい料理に素敵なダンス、楽しかったです。
I see. It was still incredible to me that you can walk into a place like that and feel at home. It must be the mark of the powerful.
そうでしょ？エルトクリード・バーレンティンは偉いんです。前回の集い同様、好き好んでいくわけではありませんけどね。付き合いというものがありますので。たまに自分でも忘れてしまうのですけど、俺はこのリベラリタスの代表です。俺の振る舞い一つでこの街の印象が変わってしまう。ですから バーレンティン家だけではなく、この地区に住む俺を支えてくれる者たちが恥じることのない振る舞いを心がけています。
I see. When I met you, I thought you were an overconfident man.
おや、そうですか。最初だけですか？ウルリクなんかしょっちゅう言ってくるというのに。
Yes, only when I met you. I thought that, excuse me, you were conceited and pretentious. But I can't really explain it yet, but it seems you weren't exaggerating wildly. What?
どうしました？
No, my heel is stuck in the stone pavement.
おや、ヒールが折れてしまったようですね。
I'm sorry, I'm not used to wearing these. Whoa! I know I'm stumbling as well. How pitiful. It's going to take me a while to walk like this. Please, go on ahead.
ここに残して帰れと？そんなことできるはずないでしょ。
I was sitting on the pavement. Eltcreed bowed down to me and reached under my knees and arms. What are you...
それほど遠くありませんし、抱えて帰るとしましょ
But please let me down, Eltcreed.
う。こらこら、暴れないでください。落っことしたら大変です。
But
いいんです。今日一緒に踊ってくれたレートでも思ってください。
this is so conspicuous. What if someone stabs you from behind?
背後からですか？そんな卑怯な人間、このリベラリタスにはいませんよ。ああ、でも他地区の方が出張でいらっしゃったらどうにもなりませんね。
That isn't funny. Let me down.
嫌です。もし刺されたとしても幸せなまま死ねるのでしたら本望ですから。
Happy? Like this?
ええ、そうです。俺は臆病ですから本心をさらけ出すことはできませんけど、こうして少しでも吐露できる相手がいてとても幸せです。晩餐会の後に虚しい気持ちにならなかったのは初めてですしね。
Really?
ええ。そもそも女性と寝ないというのもなかなか珍しいことですけど。
Sleeping? What are we talking about exactly?
そうですね。わかりやすく説明すると、
Oh,
子作りが目
God.
的ではなく、ただ肉体の快楽を貪るただれた。
That's enough.
おや、知識を深めなくてもいいんですか？
And we're going to find out more about his wisdom in the next episode. Oh my god, Eltcreed. Stop. He's such a mess. But I like this side of him more than the weird, flirty side of him. So I'm glad that he's calmed down a whole bunch. I'm going to say that pretty much every episode from now on. What if, like, at the end of his route, I, like, fall in love with him? That'd be horrible. Oh, whatever. Next episode, we will, I don't know, hear more of his wisdom, I guess.